Starbucks Youth. It's Diana.
And I'm Chloe, and Starbucks just opened up like all the drive-thrus. So we're gonna go through and we're gonna put the baristas to the test. We're gonna ask for a random drink. We're gonna ask for one coffee drink, make it as random as you can, and one fruity drink, make it as random as you can. Only thing is, it has to be iced because it is summertime.
Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, we're on our way. It's right across the street.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am ready.
What are you
ready?
expecting? I'm so ready.
I'm expecting something with lots of syrups.
Oh yeah, I want something absolutely insane.
I'm expecting it to be also really like much too sweet. Like
Okay.
just gross.
Let's see.
Hi, welcome to Starbucks. How can I help you?
Hi there. Can I get a grande coffee beverage? But can you make it like random? Like just do whatever you want. Give
Do
me
you want a hot or ice?
iced, please. Give me whatever you think would be best.
Do you want sweet drinks or you have to choose?
Yeah, a little bit sweet. That would be great. Yeah, you can go as random as you want with it.
Okay, just one.
And then I'll also get a grande, completely random fruity drink. It can be blended, it can be whatever you want it to be. Go fully random.
Okay. Will
Yeah.
do. And both grande, right?
Yeah, both grande.
I'm so excited to see.
I know, this is very exciting. I wonder if these are gonna be like real drinks or if they like made a concoction for us.
I know.
Yeah, it's gonna be like exciting. Oh, hi, Graydon! Oh, it's exciting.
That looks good.
These two, the ones with asterisk,
Yeah,
they're the random ones.
perfect, yay!
Sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Ooh.
We're paying for the order behind us.
So that's 1103 order.
Sweet.
Thank you. Yes.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. We've
Okay.
acquired the beverages.
We are gonna go back to the church and taste test in there.
Yeah, I'm really excited. The one looks very pink.
It does look
It's like,
super pink.
can we read them out? Let's read. Like, can you read what's in them?
Sure. All right. So the pink one is the guava passion fruit drink.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
then-
I wanted to try that one.
Yeah, the coffee one. Here. Is
Ooh. Whoa. That's
Okay.
like a big order.
it's a grande iced coffee with 2 pumps of white mocha and sweet cream.
Oh.
That sounds so good.
fancy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the dream of? What's the hope in? What's to die for? Live to know it. This is living. The life I've been given is a gift. If I'm a living, I'm a living to death. So what's the dream of? What's the hope in? What's to die for? Live to know it. This is living. The life I've been given is a gift. If I'm a living, I'm a living to death.
Okay, so we have some special guests with us. We have Matt and Caitlin here joining us to try these special coffees. Oh, and other fruity beverages. So we're gonna start with the coffee, guys. Okay.
Alright.
So,
White mocha, sweet cream.
okay. Oh, that's really sweet.
I like that.
It's
There's
way
way
too much sugar in there.
Okay.
It's like an ice cap, but without like being blended.
It's like melted ice cap.
Yeah.
But with extra syrup.
Yeah.
Not good.
No, it's way too sweet. But maybe you kids who don't like coffee will like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't taste like that.
It would be a beginner coffee.
This is true.
Yeah.
Alright.
Next, we have the fruity guava drink.
Yes.
It's
Third
like
pink.
Pepto-Bismol.
Yeah.
But
Also sweet.
that's really sweet as well.
Oh.
I don't know how I like
this
that.
one better. It's less sweet.
This one's definitely better than this one, but it's still not good.
Not good.
I would not
There's
order
like
either of these.
chunkies in it.
Yeah.
Ew, I did not get any chunky.
I think it's like coconut milk that's just not
Oh yeah,
blended
the
in.
residue.
Disgusting.
It's been settled.
Anyways, thank you to the Starbucks baristas who made this.
Yes.
Bye.
Very nice.
Well, that was super fun. Love trying new things.
I would personally not buy either of them.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're gonna go to Ruben's message now, so join us with that.
Hey everyone, so we are in the middle of our series called Jesus Stories, where we're taking a look at a few of Jesus' parables. And know that it's not just stories, but really illustrations that compare the kingdom of heaven to our lives today and how we can be better followers of Jesus. And today, we're going to take a look at this parable. It has so many layers, so many different perspectives. So we're going to take some time to unpack it a little bit. And this one's about faith. It's about faith and growth and how God works greatly in lives that have faith. But you might be surprised how to get there. That it's not just about accomplishing big things, but maybe it's just saying yes to the little things. And so if you do have your Bibles in front of you, go ahead and grab it. We're going to be in Matthew chapter 13, verses 31 and 32. If you don't, it's all good. It's going to be on the screen right for you. So here we go. This is a pretty short parable, but this is what it says. It says, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed planted in the field. It is the smallest of all seeds, but becomes the largest of garden plants. It grows into a tree, and birds come and make nests in its branches. You know, when I was a kid, I used to be obsessed with a show called So You Think You Can Dance. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it's this dancing show where people come and they do competitions and challenges and dance routines, and I was so enthralled in it and so inspired to move. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be the best dancer ever. So I started practicing, and I started doing it, and 5 minutes later, I just gave up because it was so hard. And, later on, here I am in present day, I can just barely do a whoa. But at that moment, I was so frustrated with not accomplishing my goal. I was supposed to be this amazing dancer. But then my dad said, hey, it takes 10,000 hours to master skill. It's a saying that's just out there. It takes 10,000 hours to master a specific skill. And it just sounds so daunting and so, oh my gosh, I just don't want to take the time and the effort to do that. But in order to achieve this, certain talent or this depth of ability, it takes time, and you have to start from somewhere. And in this parable, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed, talking about faith, but this parable is mainly about growth. It's about us as believers not staying in one place, but moving forward and growing what Jesus has for us. This is a story about a seed becoming something that has so much potential, but it's not there yet. See, as believers, we have this canvas, this clean slate. And for us, we can paint it with stories of how God moved in our lives, and we can kind of put these amazing things on it that would blow our minds, or we can just keep it in our own hands, not give it to God, but do things on our own. And it would always stay mundane. It will always stay mediocre and average. See, Jesus said himself that we, as believers, have the faith to move mountains, which is absolutely mind-boggling. But sometimes a lot of us are just content in just sitting at the bottom of the mountain, not even daring to move it in the first place. Now, I don't know about you, but when it comes towards the end of my life, I want to look back and share these incredible stories with people that would dream bigger and jump higher in their faith, instead of looking back on my life and seeing this pile of opportunities that just ended up turning into regret. See, growth isn't easy. It's so hard sometimes, but if everything came easy for you, would it be worth it? And so when you have pushback, when you have uncomfortableness, when you stretch, you're actually on the right track. Jesus wants you to live a life that's so worth it. So sometimes uncomfortable growth could be a necessary part of that process. So the second point I want to make is, the first one is that the parable of the mustard seed is about growth. The second thing is that small beginnings can end in great results. Everyone wants the knowledge or the skill, like back when I was a kid, to be this incredible dancer, but nobody wants to take that first small step to make it happen. I talk to a lot of my students, and they tell me, oh, Ruben, I want to be this deep spiritual person, but continually just live a shallow life. It doesn't make sense. See, a lot of people look at this finished product, but don't really want to go through the process. Having faith doesn't mean that you've reached a destination. It means that you're continuously on a journey. You're taking steps and achieving that accomplishment. And taking that first step can be so scary and so daunting, but it can be so worth it. There's this man in the Bible named Nehemiah. And he was a man that his heart was stirred to go back to his home city because it has been completely destroyed. It's in ruins, and he wants to go back and rebuild it. It has been destroyed and in ruins for over a century. Over a century. People would look at it, they would see the broken bricks and the broken buildings and just feel so discouraged by it. But Nehemiah had the guts to go and rebuild this massive city, which could be a daunting task in itself, right? It has been in ruins for a century, but with some help and a lot of perseverance, he and some people took a crack at it, and guess what? Rebuilt the city in 52 days. It has been destroyed for over a century, rebuilt in 52 days. Like, how did this happen? Because someone decided to take a brick and put it on the ground, and then put a second brick, and then put a third brick, and then continued and continued and continued, and all of a sudden we have this finished product. The city couldn't have been rebuilt until someone made the first move. So, a question to you watching, like, how will you grow your faith today? Are you going to let it be this tiny mustard seed? We all start off that way. Or are you going to make it grow, put some effort into it to make it grow into this large plant that can bring so much life to other people? Remember, you don't need to change the world today. You don't need to start off with this big, massive accomplishments, but maybe you can change someone's world in your life. Maybe a family member, maybe a friend. Maybe you can share the love of Jesus or grow your faith step by step. Don't worry about the big things. Don't worry about it. You'll be discouraged because it's so scary and so daunting. Don't worry about the big things. God said that even if you have small faith, God can work big. So faith growth happens not even when you say yes to a few big things, but just when you say yes to a bunch of small little things. So finally, the third point is this. The mustard seed growth is the way faith works in our lives. Mustard seed growth is the way faith works in our lives. Students, faith is how we make it to the end. If we don't have faith, then we have nothing to hold on to. If we don't have faith, then essentially the basis of Christianity kind of crumbles, doesn't it? Faith reminds us that it's not a performance towards God, but it reminds us that we are his children and we can rest easy when we believe in him. And when we believe in him, God comes through and he works through us and on behalf of us. See, faith takes us to the end. In the book of Matthew, chapter 17, Jesus says again, he talks about faith and relating it and comparing it to the mustard seed. He says in Matthew 17:20, he says, I tell you the truth, that even if you had faith as a mustard seed, just like we read the parable before, but this is a different time. Even if you had faith as small as a mustard seed, you could say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it would move. Nothing would be impossible. Like, this is so cool. Friends, our lives were never meant to be ordinary, but extraordinary. Each day is an adventure, allowing God to take us to a place that we could ever dream of. All we need is just a mustard seed size of faith. I used to think that when I became a Christian, that it mattered how much faith you had. That, for example, if something didn't really happen in my life, people would come up to me and say, oh, you should have had bigger faith. And although at times, yes, we need to take risks. We need to take those leaps. We need to have those ambitious moments. Overall, and this is what I need you to understand tonight, that it isn't the size of the faith that matters. It's the size of the God that we rest our faith in. So, friends, we have the ability to move mountains, not because we have extraordinary powers, but because we have a little bit of faith in an extraordinary God. So this is a faith story. This is a growth story. How will you grow your faith today?
You are the word at the beginning, one with God the Lord Most High. Your hidden glory in creation, now revealed in you.
Thanks so much, Ruben, for the great message and just for the great point that it's not the size of our faith that matters, it's the size of the God that we rest our faith in.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you again, same time, same place next week.
See you guys.
Yeah, we came a long way. That's what the song say. And I could do all things. I could do all things. Yeah, I could do all things. Yeah.